And so every child got a packet from the grade they just completed. It's the grade they just completed. It's an opportunity for them to review some skills from reading and from math, and also to do some reading every day so that they can become lifelong learners. Now, these are the things you're going to need for this meeting. You can advance the slide because it's not allowing me to do it. Okay, you got a black bag. Most of you got a black bag that has the reading books in it. You need to pull that out. You're going to need a pencil or a pen to write with, and also that big plastic bag that has all the materials in it and everything. Those are the two things we're going to be talking from this evening. So if you all could give us a thumbs up when you have all those things in front of you.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Is everyone ready? Everybody have that? If Isaiah's bag is still at school, that means he's in summer school. Those students that are in summer school, they will be doing this as part of their summer school curriculum. So this will be an information session for you. Okay, let's go ahead and advance it. You're welcome, Ms. P. Okay, let's look in that plastic bag. You'll see a big pull-out practice calendar. If you would pull that out, it looks like the one I have on the screen there. And this is the one for you, the parent. If your children are working at home, this is their whole 6 week of curriculum on this one sheet. So I would recommend you put this on the refrigerator. If you have a board where you keep all your important announcement, I would recommend you put it in one of those places to keep up with it. And you see the, okay? All right, advance, please. Okay, if you look at this big practice calendar, and if you would fold it in half and look at the part that says week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6. And right above week 1, I want you to write in the dates, June 12 through 16. Week 2, write in June 19 through 23. Week 3, June 26 through 30. And then we're going to take off the week of 4th of July, Independence Day week. That's a vacation week. So they work for 3, they've been off for 2 weeks, or 1 for those who are not in summer school. Then they work for 3 weeks. We're taking a week off, and then they work for 3 more weeks, and then they have 2 weeks off before they start back to school. Okay, so week 4, put July 10 through 14. Week 5, July 17 through 21, and week 6, July 24 through 28. And it's designed that way so that if you get behind at some point, you still have a week or two to make up some days if you've missed them. Okay, and the students will only be working Monday through Friday. So if you would take that practice calendar and open it back up again, and now you see across the top a red box that says model it. Above that one, write Monday. Okay, the next one is blue. It says explain it. Write Tuesday above that one. Anytime you have any questions, please just unmute your mic and ask your questions as we're going through, please. Okay, the next box, the green one, work with words. Above that one, write Wednesday. The next box, talk about it. Above that one, write Thursday. And then the gold one, have fun. Above that one, write Friday. And that will give you all 6 weeks and what your child will be working on every day. Now, when you look at that calendar, if you look at, for example, look and model it, it'll say math. And it tells you what 2 pages in math they're doing each day. And it gives you either a statement or a key question. Okay, any questions about that calendar? No questions? Okay, let's move on then. Okay. Advance the slide, please. Okay. Now, pull in that same plastic bag, pull out the one that says, it's the blue book. It's Learning at Home Math Kit. Check out the blue Learning at Home Math Kit. Remember, our whole purpose for doing this is to review, refresh, and reward. Review them on skills that they may have had some problems with in school. And if they don't, it's just to keep it fresh in their minds. And then they'll be rewarded with the fact that they now understand it better. So now the time, it will take approximately 30 minutes. You should allow about 30 minutes a day for the math. Now, you know, if your child struggles with math, it might take them 45 minutes, but that's just a general number of 30 minutes. Okay. This whole process should take no more than 2 hours a day. And we have 24 hours in a day. So they take away 8 hours for sleeping, 2 hours for school and schoolwork, and that still leaves them 14 hours to do all the things they like to do for the summer and for the family as well. Okay, if you open up that blue book to page 1, there is a letter to the family that also shows you all of the different manipulatives that's in your child's kit. So page 1 is just a welcome letter to the family. And page 2 has the same letter, but that's for our Spanish-speaking families. Also, when you get to page 3, you see that same calendar again. Your students can use this one to check off what they've done. After they've done each of those assignments, they should put a check in the box. And you can have them also to go through and put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday across the top. And for older students, they can also put the dates for the weeks. So then when we flip over to pages 5 through 7, it explains all of the things that are in the bag that relate to math. They explain what they are and how they are used. And your students should be quite familiar with most things in those bags. Okay, and just to give you an idea, on their first day, when they look at page 8 and 9, that's what they will do the first 2 days. And it's showing them they're going to be using manipulatives every day, and make sure they're using their words and explaining to you when they do that work. Okay, then on pages 10 and 11, that's how they have to really go through and explain how they're doing and what they're doing. Pages 12 and 13, Wednesday is always working with words, and they'll always be looking at word problems. When you do the word problems, ask your students to be sure they understand what are they asking you to do, and what are the key numbers that you're going to use to solve that. And it tells them and shows them which manipulatives to use for those exercises. Okay. And then if you turn over to 14 and 15, pages 14 and 15, that's the talk about it page. And it tells them what manipulative they're going to use to solve the problem. Make sure they talk through it and explain to you what they're doing as they do it. And then on the last one, it would be 16 through 17. Every Friday, there's some kind of game they're going to play. And this is a game that you will play with them. If you notice that 100 board, well, I'm sorry, I'm looking at mine. But it's usually not new. It goes back to one of the activities they did during the week. Okay, and it will continue on like that. Any questions about the math book? Any math questions? Okay, all right, let's advance the slide, please. And the next one, you're going to take out the red Learning at Home literacy book. Again, we want to review, refresh, and reward. All right, that one has the same thing. You got a page 1, it's got the same letter. You have the same calendar. You also have manipulatives in the bag for the literacy piece, and explains to you what each one is and how they're going to use them. I want to give you a word of caution with these bags. Please keep the bags, so there are very small parts in there, and there may be young children in the home that might be tempted to put them in their mouths. So I recommend that you only have them take this out when they're working with it, and then you take the bag and put it up in a secure place, or so that none of the important pieces are lost that they may need to do work on the next day. So it follows the same format as the other one did. You do 2 pages each day, and it's self-explanatory. It explains what they need to do, and that's how they will do that one. Okay. Any questions about that one? It also has a game, and with directions on how to play the game. But everything you need to play the game, to do the exercises, everything is contained within that bag. Any questions about the literacy book? Okay, and again, that's about another 30 minutes. Again, if your child is struggling with reading, it might take them a little longer, but take the time to do each one of those pages for them so they can reinforce those grade level concepts and skills, so that when they come back in the fall, they're ready for the challenges of the next grade level. Okay, all right, we're ready. Advance the slide, please. Okay, just, I already did all of that. Okay, all right, now take out the summer reading pack, and I want you to spread these things out. You got a set of books in there, and you also have a yellow reading response journal. You would take out that black bag, and that's where their books are that they're going to read for the summer. So if you take the stack of books out, and also take out that reading response journal, please. Okay, everyone's ready? Okay, advance the slide, please. Dr. Mokeba. Thank you. Now, this reading is going to take them anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes each day of reading. what you can do, you can have them do the workbooks in the morning and read in the afternoon. Or if you work and you want to work with your child in the evenings on their booklets, during the day, if you're at work, they can do their reading from their books in the morning, and you can work with them out of their booklets in the afternoon. But they shouldn't, probably they should not sit for 2 straight hours. But if that's what they like to do, then let them do it. They may want to say, I want to do all my work in the morning when I get up and be done for the day. And if that's what they choose to do, that's fine too. Okay, click it. All right, your child is required to read at least 1 book per week for these 6 weeks. There should be at least 6 books in your child's bag. What you're going to need to do this evening is to sit down with your child and help them to decide what books they want to read each week. Get a plan for the whole 6 weeks. Which book you want to read first, which one you want to read second, third, fourth, fifth, and then 6th. Okay, all right. And then they should read 30 to 45 minutes per day. And at that pace, they should be able to complete a book a week. Now, these books, most of the teachers went through and customized the books for your children. So everybody doesn't have the same books. The teachers got books they felt were on the children's reading level that they could read almost independently. Okay. Okay, advance the slide. All right, so here's the strategy. Here's the strategy for how to get through the book in a week. Take the total number of pages in the book and divide it by 5. And here's my example. My book has 48 pages. I divide 48 by 5 and I get 9 6/10. So I'm gonna round that up to 10. That means I have to read 10 pages a day in that book. Now, your child should make a bookmark that tells them what pages they will read each day for each book. For example, if my book has 48 pages, on Monday, I will read pages 1 through 10. Tuesday, 11 through 21. Wednesday, 22 through 30. Thursday, 33 through 43. And then when I get to Friday, I don't have 10 pages left. I only have 4 pages left, which is good because I have some things I have to write about that book also. Okay. Okay, we can advance it. All right, take out that reading response journal. It looks like the picture there. And just have your child to put their name on it because this is what's going to be turned in for their evidence that they did their 6 books for the summer. Okay, let's advance. All right, turn to page 1. I think it's the first page in the book. It says book number. And where it says book number, put book number 1. That's the book they're going to read the first week. And put the title of that book there. And after you and your children tonight have gone through and decided what order they want to do each book, go ahead and complete that for all 6 books. And then it'll be set and ready to go. There's a page, they always have 6 questions they have to answer before they read the book. So after they've chosen their book, they have to write these questions. Here's the writing part. Require your children to write their answers in complete sentences. For example, number 1 says, why did you select this book? The answer should be, I selected this book because, and then they give their reason. What makes you think this book is going to be interesting? I think this book is going to be interesting because, and you'll do that for all 6 of those questions. What do you think the book is going to be about? Does this book remind you of anything you've already read or seen? What kind of characters do you think will be in the book? And what you think is going to happen? So they're just making some predictions here. Okay, that's for every book they do. They'll do that page first. All right, next one slide. And then once they have completed the book, then they have to answer questions 7 through 14. But again, require these answers to be in complete sentences as well. What was your favorite part of the book and why? My favorite part of the book was when something happened because, and they explain. Who was their favorite character? What was the most interesting thing you learned from the book? Why do you think the author wrote it? And they go through number 14. And then the last one, number 14, how would you rate this book? Just okay, pretty good, or fantastic? If anybody is on that have young children, you know, that can't read, then you will read the book to your child. If it's a short book, you will read the same book to them every day. You read that same book to them every day for the week. Okay? And then you ask them the questions and you write down what their answers are for their little journals. Okay, next. What happens on the first day of school, which is Wednesday, August the 16th? Your child brings their completed math booklet, their completed literacy booklet, and this yellow reading log. They will be checked for completion. And if all the work is completed at home, your child will receive a special incentive on Friday, August 18th. You will be invited to attend if your child qualifies. We will celebrate with your child at school. You will celebrate with your child at school, at home, and with his or her village, stressing how important education is. So we really want to celebrate those who do complete their summer activities. And we know they will come into the fall ready for the challenges of the next grade that they will be going to. Now here, we thank Dr. Mokeba for ordering all these wonderful materials, and your child gets to keep the manipulatives, I think, I'm correct in saying that, as well as the books they've read. So now they're starting to build their own libraries. Okay, now what questions do you still have as parents? What questions do you have about this process, this summer program? You have any questions, please unmute your mics at this time and ask your questions. Dr. Mokeba, I think you can go ahead and end the share now. Anybody have any questions? No questions? Well, I want to thank you for showing such an interest in your child's education and coming to this orientation on today. Thank you. Back to you, Dr. Mokeba.